Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. Today I hope to fix the wobbling tire, especially on the braking, but actually all the time. I diagnosed this in a previous video on this, on the first one I think. Well, I didn't really diagnose it. I was unsure whether it was the bearing or the hub itself that was crooked. I'm pretty sure after thinking about it and reading you guys' comment that it's the hub itself. And you know what? I got this one. I bought this one from Lithuania because they still know that it's important to save stuff like this and sell it on. It's not possible to find it anywhere else. So I'm gonna take the hub from this and put it into this. So I'm gonna take the wheel off and get started. As you can see, the hub is already loose. It's just so loose in that bearing. It's really wrecked. I'm gonna undo the caliper. In order to remove the hub and change the bearing with everything in place and not taking the whole thing off, I will have to remove the lower ball joint so I can move the drive shaft out of the way. So let's try that. And then I hope to be able to use my ball joint splitter. There we go. And then I should be able to just pull this down. Maybe with the help of a crowbar, because I am fighting the anti-roll bar. Just want this loose like that. Then I can remove this and swing that out of the way. And then actually just put it back in while I change the bearing to keep it under control. There we go. And the first clue to this hub being toast is this. It's really not supposed to be this easy to take out. There we go. So the theory is that this is slightly crooked, but I'm just going to change this and the bearing. Then I think I'm home free. But I am pretty sure that this is warped somehow. I'm just going to use this locking ring to remove this, to get access to the bearing. There we go. To remove the bearing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on the back side that fits straight into the bearing. Then I'm going to put this assembly over it and this bolt. I'm going to thread in like this. Okay, so this is a better fit. So by turning this, I'm pulling out the bearing. It's a really clever piece of kit. If you don't own a press or you don't want to take everything completely apart, it is saving me. Whoops! It is saving me a bit of time to not having to pull everything else apart. So that's nice. And then I can just clean up the inside. Looks okay. It is worn, but it looks okay. Then I'm going to install the new bearing. And for that I'm also going to use the tool. This time I will use one of these that fits maybe even a bit bigger than that. Yeah, that is looking decent. This is looking even better. This one. Feed this one through. And then I can spin that nut on the back side. Make sure everything is in center. And then you can maybe even see it that I'm pulling in the bearing slowly. And nicely. There we go. Maybe it went in a little bit too easy. I really hope that it wasn't a bad investment to only change the hub. But if so, then I just have to change it once again on a new bearing. There we go. Like so. And then I need to take the spare hub out and remove the disc and all that. Oh, I think I need to drill that one. There we go. And this is the problem, because this is most likely the reason why the flange was warped on mine. You have to be quite violent to get these discs off from time to time. And I don't want to warp the new one, of course. I'm taking it slowly. I think I'm actually just going to use the press for that. So I'm just going to punch out the flange. Yeah, it's coming out. There we go. And then I can take this to the press to just gently ease it out. There we go. Rusty. But the outer race is still attached to it. I need to remove that. Just gonna give it some tension and then some heat. There we go. There we go. So it's definitely looking a lot better than the other one. But these are stuck. I want to see if I can get them out. At least one of them. There we go. Right there. Perfect. So let's go ahead and install that. And then it's just a matter of tightening this up. There we go. And that's the hub installed. Just for fun, I'm gonna test if this is a little bit more straight or true than the old one. Firstly, I'm just gonna clean the flange up with a wire wheel. So I hope I can find a clip of how it was before, because I didn't measure this again, but I did it in the previous video. But now, let's see how it behaves. Of course it's shaking about, but it's, no matter where I stop, it's pretty much in the same position. So this is way better than before. And the most important bit is that it's not gonna shake like crazy, like it did before. That's also good. And I can pop the drive, the ball joint back into the... like so. I probably should have measured with this ball tightened, but still I'm pretty sure that it's just fine. So and then a new knot. Yeah, that did. Like that. I think the next thing would be to put it on the ground and give it a go around the block. Well, there's no blocks out here, but a test drive to see if that shaking went away, because that was horrible and made it completely useless, to be honest, because it was so unpleasant to drive. But now, hopefully, I can actually start using this car. There we go. I'm not gonna pretend it's completely gone, because it is not, but it is behaving very differently than before. Yeah, there is still a bit of shaking, I gotta be honest, but it's way better. It is way better, but it's not gone. It is coming in the steering wheel primarily, so I'm still thinking front axle. But it is way better. That's a positive thing, but it's definitely not perfect. But now I actually dare to use the engine, because I know the cam bell is fine. It's a nice little engine. That's quite a lot. Under light braking, it's quite bad. I'm not even sure it has helped anything changing that hub, to be honest. It's always hard to remember how it was before. It felt worse. I remember it as worse before because I think it also was shaking while just driving normally. But that is no longer that's no longer an issue, that's for sure. But on the braking, it's still pretty bad. But it's running pretty nicely other than that. Back again from the test drive. I got the wheels off and I really have no clue what to do next because, yeah, it's shaking still. Just to show you, the car is currently reversed into the garage, so this is the wheel that I changed the stuff on. And just want to show you the amount of run out there is. There we go. Do you see it? It is close to perfect. Let me show you the other side. Yeah. Let me just try to zoom in on that one also. It's very little also. I don't think this is causing any kind of vibrations, but it is vibrating. I tried to do some testing while driving. I can make it vibrate just by turning to the right. Sharp turn to the right will make it vibrate shortly, nothing to the left, a little bit to the right, but only to the right. If I brake hard, there's no significant vibrations, but if I brake lightly, it will shake very badly. If I just apply some more brake force, it will disappear. There's still some underlying vibration, but the main vibration will disappear. I just don't know what's causing this. Could it be a defective shock? Could it be some defective bushings? Could it be misaligned wheels? What is really weird is it's not really vibrating at normal speeds, just driving around it's not vibrating. Because one thing I found, and one of you guys actually commented that on the previous video, but take a look at the amount of weight on this one. There is a chance that this wheel is damaged somehow, but I just don't understand why it's not vibrating while driving and only when braking, and it's surely really bad when braking. And I'm pretty sure it's from the front. I think it's feelable in the steering wheel. I'm going to do the measurement on the rears also. That's why they are off, but I don't think I will find anything. So I'm a bit clueless at the moment. But anyway, thanks for joining me on this wild goose chase. I think it's a good thing that I changed this, but because if you can see, it is very damaged. And I could pull it off and I could pull it out without a problem. So I do think something was up with this, but it just wasn't the main problem. And currently I'm not clueless, but I have a lot of clues and I'm trying to take care not to just go with the first hunch. I will have to think about this and be sure before I buy any more stuff. Actually, I was almost tempted to just buy new discs. Then I swapped the two discs around and that it's just measuring fine on the discs, I think, so it's not a problem. I checked the glider pins on the brake caliper. They are free. I just don't know what's up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do not hesitate to leave a comment down below. What do you think is wrong with this? Because you guys are helping me out quite a lot. from time to time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget you can support me on Patreon. There's a link down below, and see you in the next one.